Hey guys, the video for today, I've been getting a lot of questions. I've posted several shorts over YouTube the last week, and I get a lot of questions on how can I shoot accurate while shooting fast. In this video, I'm going to describe my grip, things to look out for, and then I'll add some drills that should help you get to where you're after. First thing we need to understand is your weapon of choice. Inherently, you're going to see or feel more recoil with certain pistols over others due to their height over bore axis, which means is a pistol with a taller slide is going to have more mass, so once you start shooting and the slide reciprocates, you're going to have more movement, which you'll have to contend with your grip and angle place, your wrist angle placement. The higher bore axis is normally found on like your SIG P320s, your SIG P Legacy series, the XD, while the pistols like the Staccato here, your Glocks, your M&P, Smith & Wesson M&Ps, all those have a lower slide that sits in your hand, which the lower you can get, the easier it is to control your recoil and your muzzle rise. One of the first things we need to realize is with a pistol compared to shooting a rifle. A rifle normally people are more accurate with because you get 3 points of contact. You get your hand, you get the foregrip, and then you get your cheek weld. With a pistol, you're going to have only 2 forms, right? Your hand, your strong hand, your support hand. And with that, one of the biggest issues I see with students, especially new students, is when, if you look here, this is your beaver tail, right? Or like a Glock, or this, again, this is staccato. There's a gap between here, right? And your hinge point is back here at the webbing of your hand. So what happens is when your slide starts reciprocating, once you fire around, it moves. So if you've got a gap here, it's going to move higher. So again, that's why we want to establish a grip as close as we can to the top of it. I'm not a huge proponent of the push-pull method. When you establish your grip on your strong side, you're pushing, and then your support hand is pulling, which in theory it works, but the issue is once you take away your support hand, that's when you start seeing issues, when you start shooting single-handed. Another technique is, when gripping a pistol, I hear, is the death squeeze. You just squeeze it, because under stress, duress, you're going to be squeezing your pistol. Well, the issue you have with this is now you see me white knuckling it, right? It starts shaking, or I'll start milking it. I put more with this, and all this is right here is me squeezing my hand. You see how much muzzle, the movement of the muzzle you see? And then again, when you're doing the death squeeze, you lose dexterity in this finger. You can't work it as fast. The other method that I hear is the 70-30, which means with your support hand, you're going to grip 70%, and then with your strong hand, it's going to be 30%. But how can you tell? How can you tell? My grip is slightly different. As we establish, like we said earlier, we establish that high grip. My support hand comes in. I can check with my support thumb. Again, we're here. When I push out, we're locking our wrists. Again, straight line is stronger than angles. This wrist is locked. When I push out, I flare my elbows slightly. And what that does is it places more pressure right under the slide on both sides. And this is what's reciprocating the slide. The movement is with the slide. So when I push out, all the pressure's right under it. I like locking my wrists, let the recoil hit it, come down immediately. Other versions, guys want to flare or bend their elbows. Again, the hinge point becomes the elbows, and at that juncture, now we have more muzzle rise. Or they'll press all the way out, Put it back here on the chest and upper body, and what happens is now you have more rise this way. But again, locking the wrist initially, then it comes there. With my method, I still have the dexterity. I can move this as fast as I need to, but the muzzle stays in the same place. Here's a drill I use to just confirm my grip. I try to shoot at 10 yards and use speed with it. Here we have a quad drill. It's a cadence drill. We shoot 10 rounds at 10 yards in 10 seconds to keep them all in the 10 ring. Once you get to that point, then you can increase your distance or decrease your time. Rule of thumb, I try to shoot this in 6 seconds. Here's another confirmation drill I like to do at 10 to 12 yards. It works my grip, my trigger, side alignment, and I'll throw in a reload every once in a while. This is another cadence drill. I work cadence from 40 yards. This is one of my go-to drills. This is the bill drill. It's conducted at 7 yards with 6 rounds in less than 2 seconds, with all hits being in the A zone.
Each and every day, true play away. I can't get her out of my mind. Wow. I think about the girl all the time. Wow.
Another solid drill to work my grip. It's the Bear Solutions drill. It's done cold. So you set up at 7 yards, you fire 5 rounds in the left target, transition 5 rounds into the right target, conduct a reload, 3 rounds in the smaller target. And this is done in 9 seconds or less. The hammer drill. What we try to do from 10 to 12 yards is fire 2 rounds as quick as possible and have them as close as we can together. Finally, we have the fast drill, which is great for the grip and all manipulations. At 7 yards, you're going to draw, fire 2 rounds in the 3x5 index card, conduct a reload, then 4 rounds in an 8-inch circle. All this is done in 5 seconds or less. I try to do it with smaller targets to help with my accuracy. Try these drills out. Again, another question I get is, how do I do it? How do I do faster? Again, start with the cadence drills. You're not wanting to go 0 to 100 immediately. Establish you a solid grip, and shoot 1-2 rounds. Shoot a cadence fire, 1001, 1002, 1003. Then do 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You slowly progress it up. And with your grip, once it's established, it's going to be a lot easier for you. Hopefully this helped, guys. Again, I like dropping these on Thursdays. That gives you something to watch, and over the weekend you can hit the range, try it out, see if it works for you. But the key thing is we got to try. And if you take one thing away from this, is establishing that grip is key. And normally it's going to be from the holster. All right, that's what sets everything else off, is that high rise. So now if you look at it, it's parallel to my elbow. All right, my grip is solid. So again, this is the way I grip it, guys. It works for me. This is something that's grown over the 30 plus years of shooting a pistol. Hopefully this knowledge helps you. You may be able to take some of it, tweak your grip, take it out to the range and try it. So if you like it, give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribing. Help me out here. And comments. Love the comments. That's how we as a community grow. Ask a comment, I'm going to give you an answer, and hopefully other people will come in too. No one single person knows everything. But guys, we do this. The reason we do this, the reason I do this, in the end, I want everyone to stay safe, especially in today's atmosphere, today's environment. We see what's going on, so we've got to remain vigilant, and we've got to stay safe.